Hey YouTube, I'm going to show you how to fix a broken steering block on my Stampede. I broke it the other day, jumping ramps. So this is the Traxxas Stampede VXL. I'll show you here where it's broken. Right back there. And got the new part right here. Just got to install it. And I'll show you how to do it. So first thing we're going to need to do, I'll take this off. We got the tire. I gotta take the tire off. Alright, save the hex. Alright, so I'll show you here where it broke. Right there, this is supposed to be connected. This is the steering block. The left one. It's supposed to be connected to the turnbuckle. However, it's not. So, I'm going to go ahead and replace that. Alright, I'll show you how to do it. So, first thing you want to do is underneath here. There's a screw right under here. You can see it right there. We're going to unscrew that first. I'm going to take this off. The steering block will come off with it. Alright, don't lose your screw. And there it goes. Okay. So, you can see here, this is the piece that broke, or part of it anyway. The next thing you want to do is you got to take this off. So, what you want to do is just grab some pliers. It usually just pops off pretty easily. Sometimes you need a second one. And there it goes. Okay, so now that we got this apart, there's a little pin that fits in here when you take this cap off. Don't lose this pin, but your axle will slide out like so. And then you got two bearings that have to come out if they're still good. So we'll just pop those out. Once you get one out, the other one's easy. And there's also a little washer in there too that fits in between them both. And then pop out the second one. Alright, so this is the broken piece that we're going to replace. I'll show you side by side where it broke. You can see. Okay, so put that broken piece to the side. And this is Traxxas part number 3736. It's for the Traxxas Stampede VXL two-wheel drive. Alright, so now we're going to go to the turnbuckle. Some dirt. Alright, I'll move these pieces out of the way so I don't lose them. We'll need them again later. Alright, so I'll show you now under the turnbuckle here. Turn this around. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so there's a screw under the bottom of this turnbuckle which holds the other part of the steering block in. And there is also a nut on the other side, which again you can use some pliers to get it off. Alright, there your nut came off. And for some reason this is pretty tight on here, so I'm going to hold this with the pliers. And and just finish unscrewing it. Alright, that's the other piece. Alright, and this screw and this nut we'll just put together so we don't lose them. Okay, cool. Alright, I'll flip this back over once again. Put the tire underneath. Okay, so here's the new steering block. And we're going to put that on here, and this will line up with the turnbuckle, and we should be back in business. Alright, well, the first thing we're going to do is we got to put the new wheel bearing in. So we're going to push that in on one side. Okay, and then there is this little washer. You can see it. It's really small. And we're going to drop that in there, make sure it sits flat inside. If not, you can use a... Just push it flat. There you go. Then we're going to grab the other bearing, put it on this side, push it down nice and tight. Alright, now your bearings are in there. Alright, now we're going to grab your axle. And I'm going to fish it through the back, like so. Like that. And then that little tiny pin will fit in here. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Kind of get it like sitting halfway. And then you grab your other your hex, and the other hex here has this on the back where the pin snaps right into. So you just got to get it lined up. And when you get it lined up, just go ahead and push it down, and you should hear a little snap. There you go. And that's it. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to get it mounted up on the car here. So we got our screw that we took off originally. We're going to start putting that in here. Oops. And just got to get it lined up. Right. Okay, there it goes. Alright. Flip this over, so go ahead and tighten this down. It's hard to see it. Alright, we got that down nice and tight. Don't over tighten it, but you want it tight enough. Okay. Alright. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we need to get the other screw and nut, and we're going to attach it onto this. And we'll be up and running again. So, put the screw in. Alright, come on. Okay, so you saw me fiddling with that. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Flip it over, you may have better access to it. But we're going to go ahead and screw this down. And then got the little nut here. I'm going to screw that down. You don't want to over tighten this. Just tighten it down enough, but there's a little bit of a wiggle, but not too much. But you do want it to move. That's the whole point of it. Okay, that's about right. Back off a little bit on it. Okay, so I'm going to flip it back over again. Alright. So there, we went ahead and replaced it. You can see it there. This was the old one. I'll show you where that was, where it broke. And I just pretty much broke in half here. It goes this way, I think. Yeah, I just busted right there. So it's good to have a few of those handy because it happens. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and get the tire back on. Okay, and we got our little hex nut. Screw that down. Make sure that's pretty snug too. And there you go. Back in action. Thanks for watching.